have to do it again. Uh, this recording sucks because my wife is at home. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording. That's okay. I'm just trying to be myself here. Okay. The worst countries to learn English part 2 again. This explains why they're not good at speaking English or the English language at all. There's no need for English. Back to what we were talking about on why Ukraine was on the list. The reason that is lack of purpose plays a crucial role. How can you learn something when you don't know why you need it? Plus, everyone already speaks the language you're good at, your mother tongue. A quick tip for you. But don't think about why you need it, just like it. Three key factors of acquiring language ability are that number 1, environment, number 2, engagement, number 3, enjoyment. This is something that had been mentioned before, the 3 E's. And yes, I made it up, but that's what comes from my personal experience. To relate to our local audience, here's an analogy on Ukraine versus Taiwan. Language visibility on both visual and audio. Ukraine. In Ukraine, they use Ukrainian, Russian, and if you look at the map, a little bit of Polish, a little bit of Hungarian, Romanian, etc. And in Taiwan, we have Chinese, Taiwanese, Hakka, Vietnamese, Thai, Indonesian, Spanish, English, and so on. In Ukraine, you barely see or hear about languages or culture other than their own. This is a huge obstacle to create the environment for learners. We don't speak much or any of the foreign languages we encounter in Taiwan, but consider the open-mindedness and how influential that is. Of course, we're not going to mention the hardcore anti-foreign culture people. In Taiwan, people do have a higher sense of acceptance to other languages. We don't necessarily speak English, but we're okay to make fun of ourselves while helping foreigners by using imperfect phrases. It's something that people here take for granted until they've gone out and realize that others don't have to help or be nice. How do you engage your poor language abilities in Ukraine? The answer is that you don't. People don't know you, they don't like English, and your broken English will only make it worse. If you try speaking or practice speaking English in Taiwan, you will be surprised by the mostly positive feedback you get. There's even a good chance that someone offers to help you with English. I know I would. The problem we have in Taiwan is that we don't know how good of a country we've got. We're in one of the most liberal countries in the world, and easily that of Asia. Even a grandma in the night market would try her best to understand when you're buying boba milk tea, no sugar or ice. And finally, enjoy it. That's the easiest and most doable task you can take on. You've already had all the opportunities that people in other countries don't. You just have to like what you do. It may be difficult at the beginning, but that's because you haven't seen the fun of it. Find your favorite way to learn and don't stress on, I'm going to study for 3 months to get TOEIC with gold certificate. Dear you, life isn't a movie, and all the things you study, you forget. All the things no one taught you but you like, you keep. Ukraine may not have been a good place to learn English, but it'll improve as they strive. And I still stay in contact with my former employer in Ukraine, and I see that they've been doing better than before. They've expanded their school, and they became the official British Council or something like that, but they've become bigger. That means there are more English learners in Ukraine, or at least in that area, and they're doing a better job, and people care more. Taiwan may have got a head start, but others will catch up as we don't seize it. There's English everywhere in Taiwan, but we're not making the best out of it. That's why other countries are catching up with English, I mean. And we just, I don't even know why we keep these traditional ways of studying or learning, because in Taiwan we can really create new ways of learning. We don't have that strong sense of rules in Taiwan, so I feel that is a little pity. And at last, find a mentor, find a purpose, find a routine, find gratitude. And one question I would like to ask is, where do you see Taiwan? On one of the best countries to learn, or one of the worst? Comment on our new Line ad account or sign into Wix. That is today.